Hi everyone and welcome along. Now it's quite quiet here today, but over the weekend there was an awful lot of action going on in the skies around our garden because the house martins in particular, who've been nesting in the eaves of our house, which has been super cool, have all the little chicks have fledged, grown up, and they're all getting ready to fly home. And in fact, I think they may have just done that today. And we also have swallows in the barns around us, so it's the most amazing sight. And you can see from some phone footage here, the house martins all swirling around yesterday. So it inspired me to create another little watercolour memory from my watercolour postcards, and this is what we're painting today. Some swallows soaring through a lovely multicoloured sky, perfect for an end of summer painting project. And of course these are postcards, so you can write on them. That's the right way up. So you can write on them too, and a set of these little postcards are available in my Etsy shop and online, but for now, let's see what we need to get started before the wind blows me away. To paint this Swallows Summer Memory postcard, you will need cold pressed watercolour paper postcards. These are the ones I'm using, and you can get them from my website shop and Etsy. An HB pencil, hard and soft erasers, brushes I used, pointed round size 620 and a large round or a mop, masking fluid, washi tape. Colours I used: lemon yellow, permanent orange, pyrrole orange, opera rose, imperial purple, ivory black, Payne's grey, moon glow, organic vermilion, cerulean blue red shade, Windsor blue. 2 jars of water, paper towel for blotting your brushes. Grab your paints and let's get started. So I'm using this lovely little postcard set again, and if you haven't seen the firefly tutorial postcard I did from earlier this week, just search for fireflies on my channel and you'll find that lovely little artwork and you can have a go at it. So today we're going to do some swallows flying off. I love this in particular because we've got a lot of house martins and swallows at our house at the moment. There were lots of them nesting in our barns and in the roof. And I'm going to begin with a little sort of bean shape, and from that I'm going to create a tail, and the head, sort of just a little elongation of that, and then for the wings, just you can just sort of curve like that, and then you get a nice swallow wing shape. So that is a really good, quite sort of simple little swallow flying. Of course we can adapt the shape a little bit, so starting off with our sort of bean, and then if I come down and create the shape from there, and maybe the head is just sort of coming down here, and then from there the wings coming up. And what I want to do is just create them sort of flying off into the distance. So I'm going to make some smaller and smaller bean shapes, and then we'll have a few coming off. I love the idea of them all just darting about all over the place, so we'll have one more. My masking tape is not great, I will just say. Right, and so from there, I always sort of start with the tails first. Little head. The head is really just sort of just creating maybe a little bit of a pinched nose at the end of those, and then we'll have, I think I'll have them sort of flying off like that. So I tend to find the wings sort of do connect if you're doing them in that kind of way, and then you can just sort of build up the shape like that. And let's have one sort of coming down. I'll have him, we'll do a nice big one, and we'll just have a little overlap. Nice one. Okay, and they might feel a little bit strange at this point, but honestly, they are all you really need. We're going to just lightly roll the eraser, and then we're going to mask these shapes. And feel free to place in more if you want. The masking fluid is dry, tacky to the touch, and now we're going to build up a lovely sort of sunrise, sunset scene. I'm going to use Hansa Yellow Medium, Permanent Orange, some Pyrrol Orange, then some Opera Rose for sure, and then I need a bit of blue sky as well, so a bit of cerulean blue, red shade, and Windsor blue. I'm going to do it onto actually a dry page. I'm just going to use a combination of my size 6 brush and my large round, and I quite like the idea of starting with some little sort of horizontal lines that leave a few gaps in between, make a few sort of gaps in the clouds by just sort of having some unpainted space. And I'm going to place in a little bit of orange into those gaps, not into those gaps, into the wash whilst it's still wet. And then now I'm going to start to sort of curve my brush strokes a little bit with the Pyrrol orange and start to make some slightly more rolling clouds, and I'm going to get some pink in there as well. Really rolling the brush and making sure that I'm really covering up the area around the birds. I just get a little bit in there as well. Also, you know what, sometimes a bit of purple is quite a nice colour to just drop in to some of these kinds of scenes. Just adds a really nice little bit of extra sort of depth to some cloud shapes that you might be putting in. And this is why I want to get a little bit of shaping to the clouds here. And that's why I've done it on a dry page. And then I'm going to come down from above with my blues. And I think at this point I will get my larger brush in. So just coming in, so from the top right corner there, and then I'm not sort of touching the pink and purpley clouds just yet. I'm going to let them just touch, but not quite. And that's going to make for a rather nice feel of a sort of cloud building into a blue sky. And of course our bird's flying off into the blue sky. So we're going to let that dry 100%, and then we can peel off the masking fluid and start painting our swallows. The wash is dry, the masking fluid has been peeled off, and now it's time to paint our swallows. So what I want to do is begin with a very, very pale wash of a little bit of lemon yellow to firstly create the sort of highlights on the body. Now, swallows have got a lot of colour on them. They've also got white sections and paler sections. And in creating a little bit of a yellowy base helps us just pick out the shapes in the sky and also just helps place them sort of in the context of the piece with all this lovely light. So we've got that yellow wash just on the birds there, and now I'm going to take a little bit of Moonglow. Moonglow is a brilliant colour. It's like a deep purpley grey. It's by Daniel Smith, and it's a colour that I use when I need to create some shadow that's also quite a warm shadow. Payne's Grey is very blue, whereas Moonglow has just that lovely sort of reddy kind of colour to it. And so what I'm going to do on the rest of the bird is just create, in contrast to the highlight of the yellow, and we'll be absolutely placing in detail and colour onto these birds, but to start us off with underpainting with these two tones to help us also sort of just see what we're painting. Sometimes when you're painting very pale things on a page, it can be hard to focus in, so I quite like to do this from time to time. And you'll notice that actually the shadowy tones are more sort of on the top edges of the bird. It's almost like the sun is low in the sky, which we can see from our sky colours, and therefore the shadowy tones are actually more sort of on the top edges of the bird. I really love that, and I'm just going to let that dry and then we'll move on to some detail. I've picked up a little bit of Payne's Grey, a bit of Moonglow, and a little bit of organic vermilion here. And I'm going to use my size 0 brush to slowly build up these layers. So the Moonglow and the Payne's Grey are here to help the sort of darker details on the wings and things. And then the red is because around the head and the neck there is some red detail on the swallow. So if I go for this bird down here, and also I can just sort of define the shape of the wings a bit more if I want to. So on a swallow we have this kind of white area here, and then further down that's when the wings come into play in the darker feathers. And then that comes up sort of around the neck. They get a nice little sort of collar. And then over the top, we do the same on the other side. And the wingtips are really quite pointy. Then I can place in just a little bit of this red colour. And then for the rest of the body, sort of a little bit of just colour coming over the back there, and then creating this kind of V shape and then going down to the tips of the tail feathers. And I like to allow for a little bit of unpainted space in there, and then just use the colour you've got to add that little bit of detail. And then we can just leave it. It's quite a sort of pale sort of set of colours there. We'll get all of them painted in, and then what we can do is we can add just a little bit more contrast and detail to those ones in the foreground to make them really stand out. Now we've got the base wash of our birds on, and we've got some detail there. I'm going to get a bit of ivory black and a bit more Payne's Grey and just mix the two together to make a slightly deeper, stronger colour for some extra details. So if I come in and I just want to add extra details on the wings, it's pretty much just kind of going back over any of these sort of lines or textures on these birds, maybe the front three, I'm going to say. And I think it's really important to keep some of the lighter colours that we have just to get that contrast. But then there are going to be points where we want to pop a beak on, a little bit of an eye, and also just a bit more contrast. And then I also think that red, we could just get a little bit more. And just carefully blend that in. So there we have our finished piece, just by adding detail to the front three birds and then just the tiniest bit to the next two and leaving our last little one just done. Gives us a really beautiful sense of those birds off into the distance, and peeling away the masking tape has left us with a lovely border, so it looks proper like a postcard. And don't forget, if you haven't already had a go at our firefly tutorial, you must. And of course these are available in my web shop and on Etsy. Really gorgeous little tearaway postcards that you can paint on, perfect quality watercolour paper, and you won't be sorry, because it'll be a wonderful way of sending a little summer memory to someone you love. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let me know in the comments how you got on with that one, and whether you've seen swallows flying south, and whether also you've seen any fireflies this summer. I'd love to hear that too. But thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out and makes such a difference. So I'd really appreciate that little hitting the subscribe button. But I will see you next time. Bye.